Hey, what's up guys? I'm in Russia, as you can see with my coat. I'm actually kidding, I'm in LA. It is so cold these days. I have no idea why. Yesterday we had rain, this morning also we had rain. But right now I wanted to take time and explain you guys what is the other project that I'm doing that is separate from Uber Black. And before that, I wanted to introduce you my best friend who've been with me since 2020, and here she is. This is 2014 Toyota Camry Hybrid, and it is not just a simple hybrid, but also it has a badge saying SE limited edition. I don't know what limited edition actually makes any difference or not, but it has 2.5 engine with hybrid battery and electric motor. The best car in my opinion, especially the drivetrain. It doesn't have any switching gears. It is one gear and it has enough power for me. So I love this car. I absolutely do. And I think that the best car for me when going luxury would be probably Lexus Hybrid, which has similar transmission like this one. Because driving Cadillac that has 6-speed automatic transmission, all those gear changing is not my favorite thing. So about Uber Black. Uber Black is a business as a whole because you can treat it as a business, not as a job. With regular Uber X, it's very difficult to treat it as a business. With Uber Black, there are a lot of things that you could do so that it becomes business and you work less. Let's talk about those different ways where you can make a lot of money with Uber Black. The first one is you have to work hard and you have to work every day and put a lot of hours and you make a good money. That's true. It only depends where in the market you are and how busy the market is. Even though you might be putting a ton of hours, if the market is not busy, there are no holidays, not a lot of people traveling, going places, your earning is limited. The second and the most common thing that usually people do is to focus only on private clients, and they try to build their private client list where every time they don't depend on the market. When they have free time, they go and do Uber and Lyft, but overall they mainly focus on private clients. There are a few things about private clients. First of all, it is not as easy to create private client, and the second one is something that affects many people, which is not as convenient as driving for Uber Black, for example. For Uber Black, just go online whenever you have time and you do as many rides as you wish, as you want, or as you get the ride. But with private clients, it happens times that you have to wake up at 3 a.m. and do the job. There happens time when you have to work till 12 a.m. and there are times that you want to take a day off on Sunday, for example, but it doesn't really happen because private client wants you to drive them. That's why those kind of things they are not as good as just driving for Uber Black. But the good thing about it is that you make a lot more than driving for Uber Black, and also you have approximately a schedule. So you don't just go online and sit and wait. You have a schedule, you have those timelines when you have private client and you have to do those rides. So that's a good thing. And the third one, which is my favorite one, is to try to get as many cars as possible and rent them out. When you rent them out, you don't make as much, but you make it consistently and you don't have to work. There are a lot of people who do it. For example, they have 3, 4, 5 cars, SUVs, for example, they rent them out for $700, $800 a week, and every month they make good amount of money. There is a downside and the difficulties that comes with it, and the downside is that it all depends on driver, how that driver drives. If you find a bad driver, for example, you don't know that driver is bad, they get into accident, Your car is basically done until they are fixed, or in some cases they are total. So this is the risk that every person will take. Let's say the car is in service for a few months. For a few months you don't get paid, but you have to make those monthly payments for the loan that you get. It's very rare that people buy those kind of SUVs with cash, because they cost a lot of money, but also you have to leverage and get as many cars as possible and rent them out. The other difficulties that comes with it, especially for new business owners, is that it is very difficult to get a loan, especially commercial auto loan. In California, the car that you do Uber Black has to be under a commercial auto loan, not a personal loan. The personal loan doesn't work here. It has to be under the business. It has to be commercial, so that you get commercial registration, so that you get commercial insurance, so that you get TCP. It's not as easy as it looks. With my personal experience, I was not approved for any auto loans, commercial auto loans. That's why I couldn't buy anything except the Cadillac that I bought cash, and I took personal loan and bought that under a business name. So for me to leverage this way of the business is very difficult. The first way that I told you, I had a lot of difficulties, because especially in the end of December and the beginning of January and the whole month of January, the business was dead. Uber Black was so dead that being online for 7, 8, 10, 12 hours, I could make only $50 to $100 a day. So that was horrible. It was not just me. There were a lot of people who were facing this kind of problem. The first way doing business with Uber Black, I understood that it's not the best way to do it, and also this is not something that I want to really do, just sit in the car and wait for a ride. It was not as efficient. The second way with private client is not as easy, and also it doesn't feel like I really want to go full with private clients. I have a few private clients that here and there they book a ride, and I like those kind of rides, but this is not something that I really want to focus and dedicate, because it doesn't look like that Uber Black business is fully something I could do. I don't really want to work myself every day. So that's the thing that kind of stopping me, because there are a few other things that I'm interested in and I would like to pursue it. But if I go fully with Uber Black, I don't have enough time to do anything else. The third way, the difficulty that I have to get a commercial auto loan, my business is not old enough. It is not at least 2 years old, and that's why getting commercial insurance and getting a couple of cars, or at least one car, and rent them out to other people is not possible right now. And with all this information that I just shared with you about Uber Black, that's the reason that I'm trying to do another project on the side and see how it goes. Here is that project. So in the end of December, when the business was not doing as good as it used to be, so I started thinking about different things that I could possibly do, maybe focus more on YouTube and stuff, because business was absolutely dead, and not only for me but for many people. In one beautiful day, I got a message on Telegram from one of the subscribers who kind of wanted to meet up and discuss a few things, maybe to do project together. So he was mainly focused about doing Uber Black. He said if for example I do it myself, it's very difficult, and there are a lot of difficulties that comes with it. Maybe we could team up and buy a car and rent it out for Uber Black, and we could discuss it when we meet. So it sounded interesting, and I said, okay, why not? So I met up with him, and from there we discussed different ways that I could go with Uber Black and get a car. His business is also new. He has his BMW 530e, which is a hybrid 5 Series. He does Uber Black himself, and he wanted to kind of grow so that he could treat it as a business, so that someone else, for example, could be driving the car and he doesn't have to drive as much as possible. So this is something that we kind of found the point of contact, and we start discussing about different ways we could do about Uber Black. But as we discussed numbers, discussed ways how to do it and everything, the whole process for doing Uber Black, especially commercial insurance, which is $8 to $9 and close to $10,000 every year, it puts a lot of money on the car, overall expenses that comes with the car. So in one beautiful days that we're discussing, we thought, what about renting out a simple car, used Toyota Priuses, let's say. There are a lot of people who are doing this kind of rentals. What about those? And we started running numbers, and it looked like it doesn't have as much of a risk as Uber Black, and also it is easier to get started with those kind of rentals. And we didn't actually focus on Turo, because there are a few things with Turo that is not as good as we wanted it to be. Because with Turo, the car has to be newer. I forgot what year is it, probably 2013, and also the car shouldn't have more than 130,000 miles on it. I think it is about right. And also with Turo, the people actually rent for a few days, and you have to take it back, you have to clean it, you have to give it back to another person. So this is not something that we wanted to do. There are a lot of people who are doing it. So we wanted to do something for a long term, especially when there are a lot of Russian-speaking people who are coming to the United States, and some people, they don't have all the documents to do any kind of business, and they are mainly focused on food delivery. And the best car for those kind of people for a long term is hybrid, especially Toyota hybrid, and especially Toyota Priuses. Finding those cheap cars, getting them insurance, and also renting them out for the long term, at least 2 months, sounded like a good idea, or at least a good project that we could try and see if it works for us or if it doesn't work. So we did just that. We found a Prius that cost under $5,000. We bought that Prius, we got the insurance, and we put ad on Russian-speaking groups. And the next day we found someone who wanted to rent, because we put it at a cheap price. And the next day actually we were rented out, and it was the first thing that we found that is actually working. So we bought the second car, the third car, the fourth car, and overall right now we have around 10 cars. We had 10 cars, one car got in an accident, it is total, and the one who is at fault is the driver that was driving our car, and the car is total. That's very interesting, and also a stupid accident that happened, and I think I will make a video about it, and how it actually happened, and what happened with the car, and if did insurance pay for everything or not. So I will make another video about that. So right now we have 9 cars. One of them is broken down, which is in a service fixing. That might be a good video to make. And there are 7 cars that are working right now. There's 1 car that someone has to pick up today, and we'll go from there. So that's why I've been busy these days with this side project, to see if it works, how to grow it. And also now a friend of mine, that business partner I would say, is not in LA, so he's doing some other businesses outside of the city, and that's why all the things that is happening for this business is on my shoulders, and that's why I don't have enough time to make a video or to work for Uber Black as much. It smells so good. It is raining right now. It is small drizzle, which I love, and it smells so good. I love the smell. So this is something that I'm doing right now. This is the whole project, and for some people it might be interesting, for some people it might not be interesting. I will be still driving for Uber Black. I will still be trying to do Uber Black business. Especially I would like to focus on buying cars and renting them out, and not working myself as much. so that I could try out other projects and to see if those other projects work out or not. As I'm young, there is no risk going into different projects to see which one is more profitable or which one is more interesting and which one actually fits me the best. But I would like to try out everything. Uber Black is a good thing, and I'm thankful that I went through the whole process, and I uploaded all that process on YouTube so that every single person who wants to do it could follow my steps, do everything legally, and maybe grow that business to the next level. And also making video about Uber Black was getting a little bit bored, because every week making a video how much I made, it all depends actually on how well I worked and how much I made. So there are not a lot of videos that you can do about it, and all the videos about documents and what you have to have and what you have to do in order to open Uber Black account, everything is on YouTube, on this YouTube channel. There's nothing else to make a video about Uber Black actually, except a Lex permit, but it's taking too long. So guys, the rain is getting heavy, and hopefully see you in the next video, guys. Bye.